So before you register for any exam, it's going to be very, very important for you to know how much an exam costs before you go down the line of registration and writing the exam. Now, I'm talking about the primary exam for West Africa College of Surgery exam. So I wrote the primary exam March 2026 earlier this year. And this is the amount of money I used to pay, to prepare, and to transfer myself to the exam location. So the very first thing I did was to check for the circulating memo. So before you register for this primary exam, there's always a circulating memo. So in that circulating memo, you will see the amount that you're going to pay for primary exam for part one, part two. Now we're sticking to primary exam. And when I saw primary exam, I saw 90 something thousand. Is that either 90,000, 92,000? I'm not so sure, but I'm going to check. But it was around that amount. I saw 90,000. Now, mind you, 90,000 is just the amount you're going to pay in the website. Now, after I paid and I registered for the exam in January, I think January 28th or so, I had like February to read. I used just 28 days to prepare for the exam, approximately 1 month. Now, I paid for a Telegram group. So I paid around 18,000 to be in like five Telegram groups. So it's just one person I paid to, and the guy has like five groups. So he has discussion group, he has past questions group, he had like materials. So I didn't have to like beg anybody for materials. Once I just paid, I joined the five groups, and some groups had materials, past questions. So I revised with the past questions. And the good thing is that that same group had the curriculum of the topics I'm expected to cover before exams. So I already paid like 92,000 already on website, and then 18,000 naira to just get materials. So after I prepared for like 1 month, I needed to move to Enugu. Now, the good thing is that I have a friend and her family stays in Enugu. So I didn't have to pay for any hotel bill. I didn't have to pay for feeding. So I just spoke to her mother and told her that I'm going to be in Enugu for like 3 days. I actually went to Enugu on Wednesday and I wrote the exam on Friday and I left Enugu on Saturday. So I was like in Enugu for like 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday I left. So I wasn't paying for hotel bill and they were feeding me. So I wasn't paying for food. And the nice thing is that even when I was going from her house to the exam location, her mother literally drove me there. She stayed with me from paper one to paper two, and then she drove me back home. God bless her soul. So I didn't have to pay for transport at all. So the amount of money I paid to come or to go to Enugu from Port Harcourt to Enugu was 11,000. And then from Enugu back to Port Harcourt is also 11,000. So I paid 22,000 naira on transport, 18,000 naira on materials and study group, then 92,000 naira on this registration. So by the time you look at everything, you can say that I spent less than 200k. Now everybody's payment is not going to be the same because some people have to pay for registration, transportation, hotel bill, food. You need to eat. God, feeding is very, very important. So everybody's money will not be the same. By the time you pay for like some people actually come to Enugu a day before the exam, but I didn't want to come a day before the exam. I wanted to come like 2 days before the exam so that I will not be stressed. So some of you that are coming like a day before the exam, you know that you're just going to spend one night because the exam usually finishes in the morning. The exam finishes before 12 p.m. So people can even go back to Enugu or Port Harcourt or where they're coming from that same day of the exam. So my point is not everybody's amount is going to be the same. But trust me, you're not going to like spend ridiculous amount if you plan yourself well. So that's the amount I paid. I have a friend that paid for 2 nights because she didn't want to travel back like on Saturday after the exam. So she spent Friday night, Saturday night, and then traveled back to Sunday. And she was telling me that she had to feed morning, afternoon, and night. And she said that she spent 6,000 naira for breakfast, 6,000 lunch, and about 6,000 naira for like dinner. And if you want to look at that, like 18,000 naira in a day. So for like 2 days, she spent like 36,000 naira for just feeding. And hotel bill, she paid like 50k 25,000 for a night, 25,000 for another night. That's 50K for 2 nights. So that kind of person now has already spent almost 100K in just hotel and feeding. So everybody's price is not the same. But I decided to just tell you how much I spent. So if you are actually plan yourself very well, you can actually get a decent amount to just write your primary exam. Now, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about tips, tricks, and what I use in passing the primary exam in one sitting. To be honest, I use just 28 days to prepare for this exam, and you can even do 28 days. And even with these 28 days, I was working from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So don't think I was reading like back to back. Yeah, so if you want to have like tips and tricks, just watch my next video. Okay, okay, and then subscribe if you want to see notifications on my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.